Today I'm going to be trying Cold Stone's Choco Taco.
Happy Cinco de Mayo. Happy Cinco.
If you can get a girl to go on one of these shitty dates with you, I will personally give you a blowjob for free. And I hope it happens. You know?
Hello, Brianna. How you doing today? We met a few months ago downtown. We're both ASU graduates.
Yeah,
same birthday month. Yeah. So you DM'd me a story reply a few weeks back asking me what fun little dive bar I was doing karaoke at. Does that ring a bell?
Yeah, I think I remember that.
Okay, great. Well, reason for the call today, Brianna. Something just came across my DMs that is perhaps the best thing I've seen in the past 6 months. If you got 60 seconds, I'd like to share it with you. You got a minute?
Sure.
The name of the dive bar, Bugsby's. It is a brand new, upbeat fun bar on Sunset with an incredible DJ that has both throwback and brand new music now. Right now, Brianna, dive bar's having a fun little karaoke night.
Oh my god, I've been dying to do karaoke.
Exactly. We could do some karaoke. Get out there and dance and show off those pipes.
Oh my god, this sounds so fun.
One thing that I could promise you, Brianna, even in this world of dating, I never ask you to judge me on my winners. I ask you to judge me on my losers because I have so few.
Okay, count me in. Let's do like 3 songs.
3 songs. That we're looking at about 7 free drinks then.
Sounds great. I'm so excited.
Hey, Brianna, thank you for your vote of confidence, and let's have ourselves a night out. Pick you up at 10:30.
Thank you. Bye.
Okay, bye.
Yo, how the fuck you do that?
You douchebags will now be targeting the top 1% of single women in LA. I'm talking about dimes. 10 out of 10s. Bad bitches. First, we pitch them a fancy dinner, drinks at a rooftop bar. Dates these chicks are gonna wanna go on. Then, once we've suckered them in, we unload the dog shit. The dive bars where we don't pay shit and still get laid. Now, the key is to finalize your schedule before the weekend. Because by the time you're sitting at home on Friday night swiping through Bumble, it's already too late. And you wait. And you wait. And whoever speaks first loses.
I appreciate the call. I really have to give this some thought. I actually might be going out with some girlfriends. Can I call you back?
They don't know, right? They might say in the night, they got work in the morning, they gotta talk to their fucking girlfriends. Doesn't matter what the fuck they say, the only real objection they have is that they don't trust you guys. Why should they trust you? I mean, look at you, you bunch of sleazy douchebags trying to get laid. So, what do you say?
You mean to tell me that if I called you an Uber at 9...
We hit Nobu for dinner at 9:30?
We enjoyed our vodka sodas.
On the rocks.
With a
side of creamy spice snow crabs.
You wouldn't be saying to me right now,
Chris.
That was one of the most beautiful dates I've ever been on.
Let's do it again sometime.
come on, Rebecca.
Come on, Ashley.
We're playing this game, Kelsey?
Madison.
Seriously?
Be real with me.
You're special, Madison.
Honestly, Katie, honestly, seriously? What, are you gonna stay and watch Netflix tonight? Come
I
on.
barely know you. You DM me on Instagram. We met one time at a Sunday brunch with my coworkers.
I am in complete agreement with you.
You don't know me. I don't know you.
Allow me to introduce myself. My name is Jake Manson.
Chris Duncan.
Tyler Scott.
Ben Miller.
Recent graduate from Arizona State
University of Arkansas, Little Rock.
University of Nevada.
And I'm just looking for a girl to have some fun with.
And I'm not gonna get there by letting you stay in and have wine nights with your girlfriends, Kelsey.
Okay, I will say you do sound like a really fun guy.
It's not gonna be the most exciting night of your life.
It's not gonna be a boring night at home playing Jenga with the girls all night.
But what this night will do
is serve as a benchmark for future dates with me, Katie.
Do you feel comfortable with me now, Rebecca?
And then you'll know for sure that you finally found a guy in LA that you can trust and who can consistently show you a good time. Sound fair enough?
Okay, yeah, I gotta say, this does actually sound pretty fun. So what night are you thinking?
Katie, you give me one shot here on a 5-star restaurant like Nobu. And believe me, Katie, the only problem you're gonna have is that you didn't eat more scallops and drink red wine. Sound fair enough?
My girls are gonna hate me for ditching them, but yeah, okay, let's do it.
Excellent choice, Katie. Where you want to head to this time?
Why don't we do dinner Friday at 9?
Why don't we do dinner at 9 and we're back to my place for a movie at 10?
You know what? Fuck dinner. Let's just go straight back to your place.
Excellent choice. Let me lock in that date and get back to you in a few minutes with an exact confirmation text message, Katie.
Okay, thanks. I'm gonna go tell my girlfriends now. This is gonna be so fun.
I'll see you Friday, Kate.
I'm excited.
Okay, bye-bye.
See you soon.
Yeah, let's go!
Yeah, fuck it!
Crypto YouTube, how's it going? Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, wherever you are. This is Crypto Stud with another banger for you guys tonight. But before we begin, welcome to the crypto universe where endless possibilities sparkle like stars. Embracing a powerful belief, God is great, God is good, we embark on this exciting journey through the realms of blockchain and cryptocurrency. Carry hope and positivity as we navigate this dynamic world together. Whether you're enjoying a sunny day or searching for a beacon in the night, may your heart be filled with peace, love, and the promise of prosperity. Join me on my channel as we unlock the mysteries of crypto with curiosity and bold hearts. Here's to success, understanding, and a touch of magic on our path. May your day shine bright, your spirit be light, and your investments flourish. Let's dive into today's crypto adventure. Boy, you know, I have a script here and I'm just stumbling upon it anyways. Lots of content to go over, very excited to go over it. We got our targets that we were looking for in the last video. We hit them pretty much to the T. I'm gonna go back, I'm gonna do a little preview of the previous video and targets I was looking for and areas that we hit. You know, we made a plan, we built on it, we executed it. We made a plan going down. You know, we knew it was going to go down. It went down, and then we made a plan when it was down and executed it perfectly. You know, bravo to everybody who took that or followed along or traded or just watched, however it may be. That's huge. Making a plan, executing it, and successfully executing it, those are all huge steps to becoming a good trader. If you followed along, you did a successful job. The road to trading isn't easy. It's not always going to be, bread and butter like that. But hopefully I can help guide you in some sense and give you some help and a lift, a favor, that can help you in the right journey, on the right path. For me, I wrote something on Twitter about, or Twitter X, whatever it may be. I wrote something about, you're never too old or too young to be able to trade. And I think that resigns big. That's a huge thing. I kind of wish I started trading when I was even younger, Granted, I didn't have the account balance, the account roll at the time to do that. But at the end of the day, you don't need a huge account balance. You gain a huge account balance by becoming a good trader. You're rewarded with it by becoming a good trader. That's how that works. So I guess it just never piqued my interest when I was younger, and it wasn't until later in life that I realized that it's such a huge thing. It's such a huge treasure, and it's something so important to learn and to master and find. Give me just a second. I'm gonna queue up some different music. So hopefully you guys like these mixes. I'm trying to mix them up a little bit here and there as I can best. Big into music and always have and always will be. And I do find some pretty awesome songs, at least I'd like to think that I do, that I put into my videos and, share with y'all in some extent. But you're never too old or too young to get into trading. And that's such a huge thing. And it doesn't matter what age you are or what realm you are. Every day is a new day, and every day could be a day for you to start. It's never too late to start. The problem is it's never too late to start. It's just not starting is the problem. So it's always take that for a grain of salt. But I just want to give a big shout out for all the love and likes and views and subscribes that everybody's done for me. It means a lot. This has kind of been huge for me. I've privately traded for a long time now, and I kind of keep it to myself. So this has kind of been a huge step for me to branch out and create content and get in the limelight and show live trades and be on YouTube and try to have a front on myself, get myself out there. And I know there's going to be trolls as I accumulate more followers and subscribers and likes. There will be trolls and haters, and I really just hope that doesn't become a thing. Hate is such an evil thing, and I don't ever want that to be a thing on my channel. And so any comment that does do that, I will delete it. I just don't ever want that. It should be uplifting. Trading should be an uplifting thing. These markets are hard as they are, and sitting there trolling people, you know, there's no place for that regardless who it is. Funny trolling's fine, you know, but when it gets to the aggressive trolling, that's when you know, you kind of step in and have to do something. Not that I've been trolled yet, but I've had a fellow friends who've done YouTubes and other lines, not trading per se, but have done other YouTube type ordeals, and there's always people who will hate on you, and I don't want anybody to ever hate me and what I do. If you do hate, you know, feel free to reach out to me and learn from me more so, and provide for yourself and help yourself to a better future, to be financially free and to live a wonderful life trading. I mean, it's just been such a treasure for me. You know, but I bleed it every day. So with that said, I'm gonna pop up the last video for us, and then we'll start getting into everything and trading and stuff. So let's go ahead and take a little look real quick. Possibility that we go higher. Now, the higher being this 61-100 swing fill pattern area that used to be somewhat of a support area. Now I'm not really taking consideration all these wicks, but as you can see, this is a kind of an area that we had some buyers interest and some bounces on it, and it's a feasible area for resistance now. And then after that, I would say our old support level here at 62.4 is an area that I would look for some type of rejection. But my key area actually, again, is the area that we swung fail earlier before we had this drop down. Now, the reason why is, look at this volume signature we had here. We had a large amount of volume signature on this candle. So this area is people are very interested in that area. So I don't see reason why we can't revisit this. Now, I could be completely, wrong. Of course, that happens when you trade. Nobody's ever 100%. These are just guesses and things that I see as the market develops. Now, I might do another video and come out and say, hey, this is what I'm looking for now. Charts change, things update, news happens, you know. I wake up on the other side of the bed and decide that I'm bearish again. These are things that happen normal, you know, we're all human error at its best. But I would like to see us go a bit higher. I don't know, for some reason I just don't think the bulls are done. We are starting to get these candle closers outside this area again with the swing fail pattern. You know, I just don't really see reason. It just doesn't seem it for somebody who's looking for a massive short. I think they missed the boat. The boat was the swing fail pattern of our top right here, and we're kind of having that same structure we had last time when we had the all-time high. Now, do I think that this is the all-time high for this current bull run? So pretty impressive, huh, guys? It's a good deal. We executed our plan. You know, we knew it was going to go lower. We executed the plan going lower. We finally got it lower, and then we executed that plan as well. Easy. It's not always easy like that, but there are a few times, you know, a few weeks or so we get some good trades. You know, there's some good setups. There's always some good setups. So we're gonna go ahead and jump into high block. I'm gonna go through all the traditional stocks first, our indexes. I'm gonna look at the dollar first, just kind of give a, you know, a sentiment of the week ahead of us. It's Sunday, so futures is open right now. Probably isn't going to be much data to it. You know, it is Sunday night and the volume's probably pretty low. I'm not sure about reports this week. We can get into that as well. I'll probably pop that up. We do have some reports triggering at 12:01 here soon, so in about 11 minutes or so we'll have some reports for tomorrow and see if there's anything there. But yeah, so I already preloaded a high block for us, so you know, wonderful, did it ahead of the game. All right, so the first thing we see on this high block is our long liquidations. So in one of my previous videos, I did a nice little snippet of kind of the liquidation level of like how liquidations work and how we and I trade, we being market experts, and how I trade these markets when we have, you know, enough liquidation to move the market. That's always been key for us, is pretty much trading against everybody else, you know, per se. It works most of the time, quite a bit. As you can see in my last couple of videos, you know, I called all the areas that we hit almost to the T. You know, off a little bit, it happens. You know, you're not going to be 100% correct. Like I said in my last video, there's volatility in Bitcoin. It can be very volatile, but the general sentiment, the direction is always great to have and to know. So I'm pretty sure I've seen this a lot heavier before, and it was near the all-time high that we had, which, as you can see, we swung failed the all-time high and then pushed price dramatically down to sort of where we are now, you know, in some extent. It was a bit lower. Yeah, so right now we have heavy long liquidations going on. So what does that mean? So let's go ahead and drop down. I did a little kind of a talkthrough of like how this works in the sense of people shorting the markets and getting stuck and caught. So now we're on the other end of this, where we pretty much have all these traders coming in, and you know, maybe they started longing here a little bit, got some longs up here, just decided to, you know, shoot, this is breaking out, we're going to 1,000,000, let me go ahead and start longing this, knowing that we have some resistance here. You know, longs, probably push some longs out of here to close. You know, longs got stopped out this low right here, longs probably got stopped out here, lots of longs got stopped out here, wiped them out. And then we get back up to the top here, we actually swing fail the top here, and what do you know, we get more longs coming in, you know, long in the top of this market, because we can't long down here. There's no way these guys want to long down here. So, you know, we just want to long into resistance. That's how this liquidation's created right here that you see on this. You know, you're longing into resistance, and this is what builds up liquidation for us. Now, as you can see in here, we also have a heavy amount of liquidation in this area. So we have a lot of people who longed 60, 61, 60, 61, 500-ish area, 6,200. But we have a good amount here near the lows of the 63, 5-ish area that have been longing. So taking consideration that let's see, 61.5. Let's go to 61.5. See where that is relatively to this area, 6,100. So pretty much we have a large amount right here, which when I do my analysis on Bitcoin, I have something so sweet and so awesome for everybody. Please stay tuned for that. It's going to be a little bit later in the video, but it has to do with this right here, this beautiful baby right here, and we'll discuss that as well as we get into it. You know, we have a new daily candle, a new weekly candle. There's a lot of info. Sundays are always a great day, very exciting day for another exciting week of trading for us. But yeah, so we got a lot of longs coming in. Maybe not so much as I'm, you know, dramatizing up here on the top of this. You know, maybe not longing it all that much. But this is kind of how I trade markets. I look for where everybody's longing in areas that don't seem like an area that I should be, you know, putting a position in. And then once, you know, in this case, everybody's longed up here and then price starts falling down here, these longs are getting closed. They close them. And then what does that do when you close a long? It puts more pressure of going down on the markets. And so we keep dramatically going down. And at the same time, you know, you might have some shorts closing their positions up, so we get a little bit of a bounce, and then, you know, more longs. Oh shoot, I'm not losing as much as I was a minute ago. Let me close out my trade, you know, and then we go back down. It's a domino effect. So case in point is, you know, up here we talked about the swing fill pattern in one of my other videos. You can check back on a previous video I posted. You get all these people longing up here, and then price starts taking a reversal coming down here. These longs are like, oh man, I'm losing money, and they start closing their trade. And what do? You know, we keep falling down. These shorts that shorted up in this area start taking profits. We get a little bounce, and then the rest of the longs that have been losing a bunch of money, hey, I'm not losing as much money, let me go ahead and take my position, you know, let me close my position so I'm not losing so much. And then it's a domino effect, and here we are. Some of this also played in with the reports we had last week as well, so that kind of just puts fire, you know, fuel to the fire for us, and in some extent. And that's, you know, that you can't beat that right there. It's always a great way of doing things, right? So yeah, so right now we have large amounts of longs coming on the market, especially in this area of resistance, this 2 hour and actually 4 hour order block we have right here that we spoke about in the last video. Heavy area. So just a little run up. We'll go into more detail on this. Please stay, you know, for the full video of this. But I want to go through, you know, I always look at the charts for traditional markets first, just to get a sentiment going, to see if there's something that maybe I can't see from these, you know, from the Bitcoin chart or from High Block or even EXO. You know, sometimes there's some information that you can get from just looking at traditional markets. You'd be very surprised. So let me clear these out for us, maybe. You know me, I like drawing a bunch of little lines. I'm going to do a short clip on the last demonstration of shorts getting caught at the bottom and then reverse position. But, you know, like the concept of the longs, you could say the concept the same for shorts. This is a little bit dirtier than we might probably get in this area up here, but I'm not gonna give out much info yet on that. I do want to look at the other charts and just analyze those a bit and see if there's something that would beg me to different to say that this isn't going to drop from here. You know, we are hitting this order block. This is a good area of resistance. I do believe we could drop from this area, but I do want to see other charts as well first before I start giving a indication of which direction I'd be leaning towards going. I still have my long open, as you saw in the beginning of the video. I still have my long open, full amount of my long open. I did take a little bit of my short from 70,800. I took a little bit off the table, mostly just to pay for fees on my long, and then just a little extra money on the side. I am still collecting some funding from my short, so it's always great to make a little extra money, you know, while holding a position at the same time, as long as the position's not underwater, of course. So let's go ahead and jump into S&P first here. We'll just go through this and take a look at it. Okay, not looking too bad from this standpoint. So this is the 15. I'm going to go ahead and start working. We're going to work on the weekly first. Normally I like going from the highest time frame to the lowest, starting with the weekly. I don't care too much. Monthly kind of has a lot of noise to it. It doesn't really, well, it's not that it has a lot of noise. It takes so long. It's like a year process for monthlies. Weeklies do take a bit of time. That's why I always lean a little more towards whichever way weeklies are pointed to. So in this case, you know, leaning a little bit more bearish on a weekly standpoint because of this, just pointing down. But as I spoke about in one of my other videos, you know, once we start seeing this area kind of start to curve like this on juxtapose, it kind of looks, it starts to look kind of healthy, getting this to start coming back around and turning around. So let's go ahead. The weekly, bit bearish. We topped out over here. You can see on juxtapose, it kind of called the top right here on this signal. So fantastic call right here on that. And then, you know, we had a bit of a move down. Let's see how much of a move down we had. So you caught the whole thing. 6%, not too bad. So let's go to the daily, see what we get on the daily. Okay, so the daily is starting to top out as well. This is kind of getting in a neutral zone, so it's a little iffy, but we are getting this red volatility index bar right here, which normally means a top out signal, but it's not confirmed. So we could have a full day where this either, you know, pops really good and then this disappears, or it could confirm. We could have a little bit of chop in here, and then this could confirm for later in this week. So that is a little bit of a bearish indication from this, but with juxtapose kind of leaning up here, I'm still looking more towards a bullish bias on the daily. Let's drop down to the 12 hours, looking beautiful. We like that right there. Still looking like a up for us. 8 hours looking beautiful too. That's beautiful. That's what we want to see. I'm sure 6 is going to look just about, yeah. So here we have this topping out again. So we do have some mixed signals on these time frames, and that happens when you're trading. You will see that happens, and sometimes there might not be a trade there for you to take. If you see over here, we did get bullish divergence on this on the 6 hour, so we did have a really nice move from that bullish divergence indication right here. So if we were to take even the first, let's take the first confirmation. So, you know, the candle closed, which is pretty good near, that's pretty much almost the bottom. And let's say you didn't get stopped out on this position right here, but you know, took it to here, took it back to this candle. It's 1.5% practically. Up to here is about 2% ish, 250 on that one, but it's still pretty nice, you know, slow little trade with that one as well. If you wanted to go ahead and confirm it based off those right there, could have taken a trade with that. Let's check out the 4 hour. So 4 hour, we do have bearish divergence coming in. I do remember in my last video, the 2 hour was talking about us having somewhat of a pullback. We didn't get much of a pullback, a little bit, not much to write a book about. Yeah, not much for us to write a book about. Oh, that's a wicked wick right there. Huh. I see. I don't remember seeing that last time I looked at this, but we are kind of topping out in the 2 hour too. So the 2 and 6 hour they're starting, you know, these haven't confirmed. These will confirm. This one, well, this one just started, so this has about another, it practically has 6 hours still left before it can confirm. And then this one did confirm, so you know, this might pull up the higher time frames and start making its way there. So we do have a bearish divergence that's starting to form right here as well on the 2 hour, but this hasn't confirmed either, and we still have 2 hours. This one just started up too, so good timing for my video, right? Let's check out the hour. So the hour is kind of pulling back a little bit here as well. So we kind of want to see these bleed out to the higher time frames, but overall the higher time frames are still looking bullish. So I would expect us to move up, have another move up, and then possibly retrace after. I don't really see any clear areas of resistance I would be willing to look for a position on if I was to trade this. Other than the all-time high, you know, it's kind of only goes one way, right? Most of the time. Unless the economy is doing really bad, which we have had some bad reports lately, and it's kind of hurting a little bit. But overall, the higher time frames are looking good. The lower time frames are starting to turn the market a bit here for it. So I would see, you know, I would want to see these start getting into the higher time frame before there's a bias for a move down. But right now, everything's still looking pretty good for a move up. If we still have the daily on here, this will take a whole day to confirm. So this could disappear within the day. It's not confirmed yet. Now we're going to take a look at the dollar. So this will give us a little bit of a thought process for our Bitcoin positions if we're not in a position, or what we're looking for next when it comes to Bitcoin. So the weekly is still looking pretty bearish on the, this is the Dow Jones. Whoops, sorry, my apologies. The Dow Jones, I don't have the future Dow Jones, so this is from last Friday, which the weekly is still looking pretty bad on there. The daily still pointing up, so as long as these other time frames are kind of lining up with it, yep, that's looking pretty good. Yep, that's looking good. 6 hours looking pretty good too. 4 hour, yeah, 4 hours looking good. I think the Dow Jones is actually looking a lot better than S&P, so yeah, that's looking pretty clean. We are starting to get a little bit of a bearish bias on this though. We're kind of, the volatility is starting to top out on this, so we could have a pullback. But again, the higher time frames are all still pointing up really strong on this. I don't really see any reason for us to have any pullback whatsoever. Very, very, very little signs on the lower time frames. So we have a bearish divergence forming, and this was on Friday. So who knows? It might have confirmed. We'll have to see once the market opens for this. I'm gonna have to look. I'll look for the future Dow Jones and then the future Nas. I don't really use them much, but I think those would be good to take a look at on video as well, even when the markets are closed like they are right now. Well, the futures are open, but the charts for these are closed because TradingView, you know. All right, now we're gonna look at the dollar, see what the dollar gives us here. Isn't that beautiful right there? Look how we rejected this order block. Ah, so beautiful. I love seeing things, you know, plan out and work like they should. So the daily is looking pretty good. It is starting to turn over the weekly is starting to turn over just a little bit, but it's not anything too crazy. I'm not too concerned with it yet. Let's check out the daily. Now we want the dollar to come down. That's what we want. So the daily still looking a little downward. So the weekly's up, you know, barely. It's starting to turn red. So it's a little bit of weakness coming in on this, but there's still an uptrend with it. The daily, you know, like I said, it's pointing down, so that's more of a bearish bias for that. 12 hour, that is a kind of a nice little bump here though off this. Having a wick like that gives it some strength, but this is still pointing down. See the 8 hour. So the 8 hour is looking pretty good, and we're actually getting a bullish divergence on this. So that might actually turn out for us pretty good. So for Bitcoin, this doesn't look so good for Bitcoin if the dollar is starting to get some strength back. Yeah, we're starting to bottom out here as well. So the lower time frames are a more bullish posture than the higher time frames. So we want the lower time frames to kind of mold the higher time frames for us to really give more solid backing to it. But they are looking pretty good, and we did have that bullish divergence on the daily. Looks like it. Yeah, it looks like it confirmed for us. We talked about that in the last video as well. I might change the colors of these or do like a outline of them or something. They just need, sometimes it's a little difficult to see them on screen here. And then let's take a look at the 2 hours here and see. Yeah, so the 2 hours pointing up. I do kind of like this it's got this little teeny wave to it. It's really nice to see. That's a slow, steady progress. Low volume, steady progress. So let's try and see if there's anything else there. Yeah, 1 hour is looking pretty good too. So that doesn't bode well for Bitcoin. And let's take a look at Bitcoin now. Okay. So it makes me lean a little bearish to Bitcoin, which we've already had kind of a pullback from this area we were talking about in my last stream. Not my last stream, but my last video. So the weekly, let's take a look at the weekly again here. See what we got. Still bearish. We're still getting some bearish structure here on the weekly. So again, the weekly is going to take a little bit of time to play out, so we could still have some moves up. You know, even though weekly's pointing down, we could still have some good moves up. That doesn't mean that we're going to just fall right away because the weekly's down. The weekly will take some time to actually form. So the daily's looking good. We have a bullish posture on the daily, but again, this could possibly turn around if these lower time frames aren't looking too hot. 12 hours starting to get overextended a little bit, but again, I wouldn't mind seeing the 12 hour like up in this range to be more confident in taking a short position. The only problem with that is that would probably be about 6,700 for us to get something like that. But that's, you know, you're asking a lot from the bulls, that's for sure. And I don't think the bulls have the momentum anymore after hitting this order block right here. We also have a flickering bearish divergence on the 8 hour. We have one confirmed already, so we've had somewhat of a pullback from it, a small pullback from it. But nonetheless, there has been a bit of a pullback and a retrace to it though. But not the best, but this is a good, like if I was in no position, this would be the area I would start looking for a possible short, low risk short, more so than shorting, you know, down here at the bottom of the range. So we also did re-enter the range, and I will speak about that too here shortly as well. So we have bearish divergence right there that confirmed. We had a little bit of pullback there, and then we have another one right here. So we are getting some bearish signs on these lower time frames, kind of more extreme. Yep, here as well. So these are starting to mold the higher time frames, especially if we start getting a move down back into these lows here. So yeah, we're getting some signs here, some pressure. 2 hours starting to turn. I mean, it's still got some room to come down, but it's moving down, and price isn't moving down with it as well. So that's always great to see, and that's kind of like what I would like to see on the weekly. Like I would like price to consolidate in a small area, but the weekly kind of turn down more into this zone over here at the bottom. But again, weekly is going to take a bit of time for us to actually get that. You know, it won't happen overnight. It won't happen in 1 week. It'll take a couple weeks. So weekly is a bit slower, but it's always good to know, you know, the trend of the direction that we will possibly go. Basically, you know, if the weekly's down, it's more of a bearish, you know, bias. Bears are kind of somewhat in control still, even though the higher time frames can move, you know, the markets well enough. As you can see here, we had a pretty good move back up in the middle of this range. So what exactly, let's see, I was 57, it's about 5,700. So that was from my entry point, was about 13% move off that, you know, leverage that however you would, and it's a pretty good percentage for us. I'm up 578 for it. So, but yeah, so my thoughts are, I would expect us, this is kind of a very dirty area to be. We are under this resistance right here. We're consolidating, so there's two plays to this. We could swing fail the bottom of this area and then try to take another test of the high and possibly break out. Some key areas that I'm looking for the upside would be this right here, the 67,200 area. I think this would be a nice area to get to for more of a bearish test for us if we do break this area. Yeah, I think that would be a good spot. And then I mean, I do see highs eventually, but I don't think we're quite there yet for us to have highs. And there's not many order blocks left for us. I did see one at I think it was around the 67 area. But I'm not finding. Oh yeah, yep, right here. So where I spoke about 67 area. Yeah, this would be a good area to see. But again, I think where we are right now is a very grinding area, and I would expect us to move a bit lower from it. But a good consolidation. We had this big move up, so a bit of consolidation and just dry, you know, volume, and just see, kind of digest us in this area and see what happens. But for me, if I wasn't in a position and I was planning to get in position, I would possibly look for a short in this area. I don't see reason why you couldn't. This is a good area to short. The risk to reward ratio is tough. You know, you could wait for a little bit of a move back up and look for stops up here at the top of this and just see how that goes. But I definitely went long this area, especially knowing how much we have on high block liquidations. This isn't an area that I would look for longs. And then the dollar is looking a little strong. So with that, you know, with that in mind, the dollar being strong right now, if the dollar goes up, Bitcoin most likely goes down. And then if we were to go down and say we do break this structure right now, you know, it's dry volume, boring stuff, but this is kind of like the range we're playing. So you kind of just want to play this range if you can. I would wait for, if you're looking to play a position, possibly this area down here, swing fail pattern in the bottom, or if you're trying to play a position on the upside, I would wait until we swing fail this up here, which we haven't done yet. And then, you know, look for a short position. You can wait until it confirms back in here and then take it back down if you want. But for me overall right now, I'm kind of leaning a bit more bearish, on the bearish side, and I wouldn't mind seeing us get somewhere's like in this area down here and just see how we test this area and see if it's of any good before we make some more educated guesses of where we might go. Let's take a look at EXO. I haven't looked at EXO yet. And let's see if there's anything we can see here. So we're hitting previous day value area high. Oh, you know what? I think we also have a Dalton going on. Okay, so we have a Dalton going as well. Nice. So Dalton would bring us back down to previous day value area, which is 62,875. Let's see if that lines up to, oh, there you go, 62,8, just about. So PD value area low is like right below the swing fill pattern on this bottom of this range right here. That would be kind of nice to see. That'd be very clean to see right here. See us kind of just move to this area, test this area and see. However, we have gotten some candle closures in here too. Yeah, I would like, assuming this looks like it's, yeah, this looks like we're outside of that. So yeah, I would expect this to go back down to value area, low area. So that would look really good. Let me pop this again and see what else we get. See if anything dramatic's changed. I'll grab some water real quick. Well, not much has changed for us, so actually nothing's changed for us. We're pretty much where we were. These normally don't update within an hour, you know, it hasn't even been an hour, close to an hour though, but they don't normally update that quick. So, you know, once or twice a day to look at is pretty good, or 3 times a day is pretty good to look at. Normally I look at about once every other day. I think that kind of gives me the trend in the area that I want to, what I'm kind of focusing on looking for trade wise. So, okay, there was one thing I did want to mention that I talked about in the beginning of this video that I absolutely love, and I'm so happy to share this with everybody. But, this right here, weekly P, is such an important level. So Bitcoin is notorious for testing this in some way. You know, it might not be today, it might not be tomorrow, it might not be till Friday, but every week we get a new weekly P, and almost always Bitcoin finds a way to touch it. So that would be kind of a nice area to look for longs if we do get this weekly P right here. It would be kind of nice to see that. And I kind of like how it's lined up on this support right before that move up right there. So this is kind of a nice little area for me I would be looking at as well. So that's a great thing to mark on your chart too, for later this week to plan trades off of. But outside of that, I think, you know, for me personally, I would look for us to go lower, not much lower. I don't expect some mega drop, but this area is just more, is a bigger area for shorts to come in. Shorts are really looking at this area, and they're liking that area. You know, when I spoke about this area up here, you know, it just wasn't an area for shorts to come in for us, and we didn't want, you know, we just, as a shorter, somebody who shorts, you just didn't see much, you know, really anything that wanted me to short this area. But this is looking a bit better for somebody who's looking to put a short position in. So yeah, I do think this goes down a little lower. If we do come down here, test these, whatever these may be, you know, bounce up. I'm looking for this area right here. I think this would be a good area to start looking for shorts as well. You know, if this area fails, or, you know, if you want to catch a long and try to get up here to take some profits, and then see where we are at that point. So maybe we get some good price action during tomorrow's market, and we get this, you know, bounce here or bounce there, and then continue the trend. I wouldn't mind seeing just us kind of test this area, this PD value area low, maybe come back up, test this, and then have another drop down here, consolidate here, kind of cool off some stuff, and then make another attempt at the highs, like up here in this area. So time will tell. We'll see what we get. I just don't see us going much lower right now. I don't really, there's not much there other than, you know, there's massive amounts of longs in this area. So this isn't an area I would be looking to long per se. I'd be waiting for a pullback, let some liquidations happen for these longs that are in, let them get pushed out of the markets, and then look for your position for a long yourself. But I am overall leaning a bit bullish on the short time frame. I'm looking for us to pull back a little bit. The longer time frames, I'm looking for us to touch a little higher. So just take that in consideration while making these trades. I don't see anything that's like, oh, you know, we're gonna crash, everything's doomed, we're doomed. Let's take a look at the charts, the reports. Yeah, okay. So tomorrow's gonna be a bore. We're pretty much going to be a bore. So we'll probably have just some dry volume. We might not even get our value area lows or our weekly P tomorrow. We might just chop around in here and just go on vacation, right? You can't always have volatile days. You know, we had a volatile day up that day, we had a volatile day down that way. You know, it doesn't always happen. There is a lot of grinding and teeth turning, and those can be aggravating if you're new to trading. But you just stick to your guns. You wait for the price to come to you. That's what you want. That's how it is. Now, do we see these? Maybe we don't. You know, but if we wake up the next day and we're up, you know, up here in this area, it might be a great place to look for a position for a short. You know, if we go to sleep and we wake up the next day and we're down below this area, there might be some, you know, some type of position for us to take along and look for highs a little higher up again, and find that zone that we're looking for right here in that. But that's what makes trading so good. It's a puzzle piece. It's like it's a chess game. You're playing against the markets. It's like a chess game. I'm gonna try to leave this on here for my next video. I saved it there, so hopefully I don't get annoyed and just delete it, but would be kind of nice to have that for the next video. I'm not going to do a indicator view, like a random indicator for this video. I'm going to save that for Thursday's video. I kind of just want to do a once a week type series thing. So I did want to get this video out just so I can give you what my thoughts are and just key areas and important things that I'm seeing as this market develops. But again, this is a very dry area, it's an important area for both aspects of, do we continue going up, or are we going to fail and BART right back down? So, you know, it's always important to know these areas and see these areas, and then look for positions if you're not already in a position, or if you are in a position, kind of manage it and see how it goes. For my case, I'm still in my position down here, just kind of managing it, see how things go. And so far, I don't see reason to close out my long. I think if we start testing back down in this area, I might take some off the table. Maybe if we don't get a good jump on this weekly P right here, I'll take some off the table as well. This is a tough one, guys. I don't, you know, guys and girls, I don't, it's kind of what I'm looking for, and I have to wait until it happens and see, you know, see what's there for us to take into consideration. We won't always have the trades where we're like sure for certain that we'll get. And this is one of those times where, like, you know, you're presented with what you have, and then this is what you got to do, and what do you need to do, like what do you need to find that kind of gives you that edge, you know, that others don't. So I've given you the edge that I know of, this weekly P, previous day value area low down here. You know, this is kind of an area that I wouldn't really look for longs. I feel more of a short trade right here, possibly targeting this previous day value area low. I think that's a very safe trade right here. And then, you know, if we do, if you do take that short and it does go down here, don't panic, don't scream, but do look to take some profits, because I don't believe that we're gonna be pulling back too much. From up here, we won't pull back too much down this area. I just don't really see. I just don't see that, especially with the dollar being kind of weak right now. Let's jump back to the dollar again real quick just to verify some things. Yeah, so I mean, this is still looking pretty good. And you know, when you're looking at these charts and going through them, sometimes you have to go back and just re-glance at something again. There's a lot of content in this, and I hope it helps everybody, and I hope you know, you get something from this and kind of learn your basis for it. So, you know, 8 hour has that bullish divergence on there, so I'm leaning for the dollar to increase, and that never bodes well with Bitcoin. And you know, we just gotta see what happens. It's a game of chess, that's for sure. Having a little bit of a rise here, but yeah. So, you know, I'm excited to share these little tidbits with you of things that I notice. You know, these are always important to know and just note and find safe, good entries, and just have, you know, have some power to your trades, and just kind of know what you think's going to happen, you know, and if it does happen, to execute a plan that you created. You know, if you guys are looking to join our group, it's Market Experts. You can find us on marketexpertstrading.com. I do have to wrap up the indicator. I have some more changes I want to make to the indicator. I still need to do a user guide for it. And of course, I will open up the user guide once it's complete. I will open up the user guide to the public. So if you're interested in using the indicator, but you don't know how it works or what all it does, there will be a public user guide for you to go on there and just look through it and see if it's something for you. I've used this for 2 years now. I've found really good success with it. I've enjoyed using it. There's a bit of a learning curve. If you take all the courses we offer, that learning curve is diminished by quite a bit. There's still, you know, it's trial and error. You work with it, you play with it, you get better with it. You see how it molds, you see how it forms, and you get better. You get better trading with it. So yeah, go ahead and check out my website. I have a discount code for 45% off. It's Crypto Stud. Go ahead and use that if you're interested in joining our group. We have a good group of guys and girls who are just here to trade and trade crypto. We have some free chat channels too as well if you just want to discuss whatever it is. We discuss all kinds of stuff. We discuss music, gym stuff. It's just any topic, sports. Everybody gives me hell for my sports teams, but that's okay. So one day we will be good, and that day will come one day. You know, soon to be determined. Yeah, I think this is about all I can give you guys for now. It's quite a bit of content wrapped up here, but thanks for watching, guys, and I hope you enjoyed. The video. I just want to give a thanks to everybody, and you know how much it means to me for you to watch my videos and watch my content and my shorts and like my shorts and just viewing everything. It feeds me. It feeds the beast. You know, it keeps me going. It keeps me wanting to continue to do this. Like I said, it's hard trading as is, and then being on a public forum in this extent of showing live trades and being out there is extreme and hard as well. And I'm just very thankful for everybody who comments and views and just, you know, likes, like just things that doesn't cost you anything but a little bit of your time. Like, I enjoy that makes me want to do more content, wants me to stream more. Like, I want to do more for you, and I want you to be successful as well. So if you want to be successful and you want to learn, it's not easy, but if you want to learn and you're interested in learning, you got the group, you got the website. You can contact me on Discord. My Discord is right here. If you want to just, you know, shoot me a DM on there, you can do that as well. But yeah, I do appreciate everybody and all your support you've given me, and more to come, and see ya.
Take you to a dark shade of gray, warm you like a sun that'll never fade. Oh, 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 oh. This is power. This is power. This is power. This is power. She says I'm crazy, but you know she calls me Superman. Said I'm her kryptonite, well baby she's the backup plan. I gave her everything but my inhuman heart. Yeah. Oh, I wish I could, but I'm living it up. I got the 1, 2, 3 shots filling my cup. Yeah. Try and fix me, never forgive me, cause I'm about to destroy this quickly. She don't wanna ask, she afraid to know that I painted black when she painted gold. Baby, if you get mad, then it's time to go. She thinks she the one to change me, but little does she know that I'm beyond frustrating. Cause I know that to be saved, I'd have to want saving. You love you felt too lying, sure as hell I ain't been trying. Alright, alright, alright. She says I'm crazy, but you know she calls me Superman. Said I'm her kryptonite, well baby she's the backup plan. I gave her everything but my inhuman heart. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Bad news, bitch I'm the thing that makes you look confused. I say I'm rock, I think they all confused. She need attention, she's sending me nudes. Yeah, maybe on the way I can bring Chevy, you can bring a leg. Grab a couple friends, then we can make tape. I can give a fuck about it anyway. She the one to change me, but little does she know that I'm beyond frustrating. Cause I know that to be saved, I'd have to want saving. You love you felt too lying, sure as hell I ain't been trying. Alright, alright, alright. She says I'm crazy, but you know she calls me Superman. Said I'm her kryptonite, well baby she's the backup plan. I gave her everything but